Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Hi and hello to all my lovelies, my beauties, my royalty. Let's get out that patty scorching hot tea. If you like it cold, hold the ice. Take that really deep breath. Yeah, it's still Father's Day. My heart's like, it's a really rough day. And I'm trying to make it the best day for him. Like, that's why yesterday I did majority of the cooking because I don't know, depression is starting to hit and creativity helps me. So the writing that I'm doing, the projects that I'm working on, and everything is helping. But especially since I like with what I made for Father's Day, like he was part of my Mr. Spider was part of my inspiration. I don't even think I'm gonna eat the dinner today. Like maybe tomorrow, but I don't. I just don't. So, anyways, today's a random thought and kind of a correction because I know with one of the series that I recorded on Father's Day, it's like I with Florida, I know I used band-aids because that's when I was able to drive. But then, like when I was talking about the Alabama one, it's like I know I covered my toes, but I was like, okay, it must have been band-aids. But this is like over 15 years ago. So part of me, I'm like, what did I do? But then, like an hour later, I remembered because I hate thinking about the dark past. I like I've had a lot of dark moments in my life, so sometimes like I just look for the highlights, certain scenes, so I can just remember, get over it, whatever. But since I was already going into that dark room anyway, I kept thinking, oh, and this is probably gonna be like a random episode, but it involves like going into the trauma of life and stuff like that. But it's like I remembered that my toes were always off color after I took it off, and but then I was like, oh yeah, because let's I use masking tape. Like whenever I had to wear those sandals and stuff like that, I would wear masking tape to wrap around my toes so that my toes wouldn't bleed. But then when I got older and I realized, oh, band aids, that's when I started using band aids. It's crazy all the things I had to do to get through the pain and get through trying to live life normally because everyone told me that you're normal, so you better, or it's because of you, or you don't believe in God, and just and I know sometimes I might say like some because a lot of these memories are 20, 30 years old or like more because I even remember when I was a very little girl back in Detroit, there were some things that's like, but it's still it's shadowy because it was so far away or so far back. But because even with walking, it's like, because I think when I first started to walk, my mom noticed something. She took me to the doctors, but I can't remember that. I will never remember that, and I can't go to her. Like she died, so. But and that's one reason why I want all of my medical history. I want all of it because of them. Because present day, they're like, how are we supposed to know? It's like, oh well, like, oh, we did the best we could. Like every time I told you that I couldn't help walking the way I did, you said I lied. If you did the best you could, why would you say I'm lying? Why wouldn't you at least do some tests or some studies or recommend my mom going to a different doctor? Because, okay, here's more of the trauma. Because once I got older, especially once I got 18, and like, I had to go see the same doctor. I didn't want to. I was like 2 or 3 times I tried to change doctors, but each time, like either my mom or that doctor found out. They teamed together. They were like, "No, you're seeing her." But and I should be able to sue. Like, there's so many reasons I should be able to sue the medical practice, because once you're 18, you're not like doctors are not supposed to be able to allowed to call your parents and tell them about the appointments. So when I would tell my doctor about my walking and how I really can't help it, it's getting worse. Then when I had to start wearing the boots, she laughed at me and she called my mom. What? She has no reason to wear these boots. So when my mom would tell me that it's only so I can get attention from men, so I can perk my tush up and stuff like that, she did like my doctors don't know the hell they were giving me. But then they had the nerve to say they did the best they could. But they kept saying I was a liar with crisscross applesauce with the glass gray sheep episode that I put up. They all said I was a liar. They all said I was a liar. No one listened to me. No one paid attention. I kept getting whooped. I kept getting whooped and harmed. But then they said they did the best they could. But once I turned 18, they said it was my responsibility to keep going to doctors, even though I would go to doctors. And then doctors would laugh at me or tell me to go home and lose weight, or that I'm just not walking right, or it's my choice, it's my decision, because they're reading the notes from past doctors. But doctors keep saying that they did the best they could. They were too busy damaging my mental health to give a care, to do any tests, to take the time. And now that interfered with with work. People didn't want to hire me because of how I worked or walked. Sometimes I wonder, is it because of how I work? Even though I got compliments all the time, like I don't know, like so my mental is like, well, am I good enough? Is my work good enough? Am I creative enough? Like, and like, am I smart enough? It's like I went to school, but then at some job interviews, they don't ask for anybody else's transcripts, just mine. And so then I'm like, okay, do they think I faked it? It's like, do I deserve it? Like, what's going on? Then dating life. Some men are embarrassed to walk around with me. They want nothing to do with me because of how I walk, or they tell me, learn how to walk, then get back to me. It's like, or then even with my education, you're either going to school or you're dating me. I don't want a smart woman, so choose one. And or men who would say something kind of similar and then years later they break up or divorce their girl or whatever. Then they tell me if I act right, if I act right, then I can be with them. And you guys already know about my Broken Heart series now. Or you will. I don't know what order I'm putting these up on, but there's so much darkness in my life. And with the broken heart, like I'm not saying he just made my whole life all like, because I was working on that. And that was part of the thing, like, before, a year before I met him, like I was getting more into creating my episodes, and I was drafting like 2 or 3 of the series that I really want to work on. And then I started working on my candle ideas and how to tie politics and liberation and stuff into like greeting cards and candles. So I was slowly, getting into my drive, and I was like, okay. Oh, and part of me, like, I gave up on dating back then, but I was like, if I find someone that really just he makes my work days memorable and amazing. Because yeah, and I don't know, I'll never know why, because he wants, like, he, he broke up with me, but he wants me to bend over backwards for him to come to me to tell. I don't know, I'm just like, you break my heart, but you expect me to stupidly open my heart or open my house doors for you to come in, and then, like, because yeah, he now says that, or it's really confusing, but it's like with one of my friend, like, quote unquote friends now, because I'm like, okay, why are you acting like this? But now she's telling me to unblock him so that he can come over and tell me why, and that maybe we can, like, get back together, or like, or at least come to men's, or I don't know. It's so, like, she won't tell me why or whatever. But I'm just like, if he has my number, he has my email, everything else is blocked. I was so heartbroken. It's like, I still say I love, and I need to just say I loved. It's like, it's so confusing. I hate the fact that I still love him. I hate it because he didn't care when he broke my heart. He didn't care. He was bent over looking at the steering wheel. He couldn't even look me in the eye. He couldn't even show me an emotion. Not until, like, when he got out the car, I said a remark, like, because he acted like I was just gonna be all okay, yeah, and like, we're gonna be friends in a couple weeks. Oh, like, he acted like I was just gonna be like, okay, like, I'm so glad that the week before he was over my house. We were like, after I fed him dinner, it's like, I was determined to watch something he wanted to watch, because I know he doesn't like K dramas. And ironically, the episode of The Incredible Lawyer Woo Young Woo, it was the wedding episode where, like, the dress issue and everything. He fell asleep the other weekend when I was at his house watching it. And so he said that he would give it another chance. And part of me, I'm just like, you know what? Like, no, let's watch something you want to watch. Because to me, I'm like, what? I don't always. And I wanted to play a board game with him, but he seemed tired. So, and I know he says that with his ex wife, they always just watch TV. And that's one reason why I, like, since the beginning, I was trying to have goal night, but like, I already talked about that. But I was trying my best, like, and that's why I'm just like, did he feel like I wasn't trying? Did he feel like but now that he ended it, he expects me just to just let him be a friend. And so then I think about all of the dark areas in my life where men have just tried to use me, and I was always bubbly. Yeah, it's like, yeah, all of the episodes I record today, I'm not bubbly. I wanted to, but it's a really, really dark day today. Like, I just keep on wondering why, and like, literally, I put my heart into like, when I created the menu and everything, and this is like over a month ago. I was like, what would my dad and Mr. Spider like? What would they enjoy? What would they like? I want to make sure that both of them have smiles on their faces. So now that I made it, it hurts. It really, really hurts, because for some reason I wasn't good enough, but He's too scared to tell me why I wasn't good enough. And I told him that's all I need. I don't need to be his friend because I offered that from the beginning. See, a lot of men do not understand that. And he doesn't understand. There's been a lot of men in my life who, it's like they say that I was too pretty to be a friend because I was like, oh yeah, we're cool. Like you like anime, like, but next thing you know, they only wanted to try to sleep with me. So that's the only option they gave me. And so then when I would say no, they would call me out my name or kick me out or whatever. And then years later, they would say, it's like, you're too pretty to be a friend. No. And I'm just like, that's not fit. Like, so I have to look a certain way to be friends. And then even dating apps, a lot of these men, they're jerks, they're pigs, a lot of them. I said a lot of them, not all of them. If you look at my Patreon, check that out, you'll see a lot of the evidence. But since I put my heart into it and then he broke my heart, it's just today is all a lot of darkness. And like when I was first thinking about the Florida trip, then I thought about the Alabama trip. I just remember I covered my toes both times, but then I later realized I was like, oh no, yeah, Alabama was before Florida, and Alabama, it's like that was masking tape because I kept trying, and I took the whole roll with me. I had the whole roll in the bag too, because especially when it loosens up or loses stickiness, it starts going deep into my toes and stuff. So that's when I would go to the restroom and redo it, take it off and redo it or whatever. But there's been a lot of dark points in my life. And now I have new. I've been trying my best not to have new. After I got diagnosed, I I tried my best to protect my heart. But he seemed so different. But I'll never know. I hate it, but I'll never know. And why am I recording? Because it's my truth. My trauma is no one listened to me. My trauma is no one believed me. So I kind of feel like if I record all of my honesty, at least people will know that I come from the heart, and people will understand I'm human too. I'm so imperfect too. And there was a time where I did lie because like my mom would always say, I know when you're lying. Whenever she would ask me, why don't I pick up my feet? Why do I not walk right? Do you know how traumatizing it is that you're telling the truth, but then you still get whooped and the mess beat out of you, and or punished and or told to go outside and do certain workouts or maneuvers until either parts of you are sore or blood's coming out? I've been through a lot of darkness. I've been through a lot of darkness. So, and I say this because I know there's other people like me, and there's some people who feel alone, and some who have not been heard. People are not listening to them. Doctors are not listening to them. It took decades. It took decades and surgery, and for me to spend almost every penny I had, and several doctors, because even after the surgery, doctors still blamed it on me. I think my nurse Rose. Oh, I don't think I said. I think last time I said she smelled like a beautiful flower, but yeah, her her name was Rose. She saved me one night when a doctor was yelling at me and blaming me for how I walk. I remember I was crying so hard. After that appointment, I went to my room and I cried so hard because the doctor yelled at me and blamed me for how I walk. And I was just like, what is she talking about? I didn't choose this. Why would I choose this? Why? Why on earth would I ever? And I think that's one reason I have empathy for the LGBTQ plus community. I understand them so much more after being diagnosed, because now that I am diagnosed and I know that I am disabled and I know I did not choose my disability, but everyone was telling me I was choosing. Everybody was telling me, the church, my family, and the doctors. All of them told me I was choosing. And I know this might come out after Pride. I was like, I might switch episodes around. You know what? This might, yeah, I'm going to post this one up before. Yeah, I think I have the 30th still. I'll put this up then. Because I know some people try to, especially Christian people, they didn't choose that. Shut up. Be quiet. You don't know what you're talking about. And I just feel like, especially with the life that I've lived, the torment, the judgment, and everything, and everyone telling me who I am or who I'm supposed to be or what I'm pretending or what I'm lying. And now that I have a broken heart, I'm just like, screw it. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to tell all. I don't care. I've been through so much darkness. I don't care anymore. And with my candles, I can be as petty. With my greeting cards, ooh, babies. I was already going to have a divorce and broken heart series. Oh, no. I was just going to think about lock a key and no heart, but now this one hurts harder. So, like, and I know Gremlin is just loving this, but the amazing part of this is one day when he meets his princess and his queen, or, well, once he gets married, queen, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. She's gonna be so livid because he motivates and he's so caring. And yes, he broke up with me, so I want to say I hate him, but I can't. And yes, I never want to date again. I'm so serious with this. It's like, I thought I met the love of my life and I will not be fooled again. I'm done. But I'll never forget my dad's birthday when everything was falling apart, and he he would not let me he would not let me fall apart. He doesn't know how much that weekend meant to me, and how the next day, on like Sunday, even through the crap I was going, like, I couldn't wait to see him. I was like, it's worth it. And I might tell, like, you know what? I don't even care. I trusted that man. It's like, see, I keep going past and present tense, and I trusted that man with everything I have. I did. I was like, for Christmas, I was looking for his birthstone because I wanted to try to make something for him. But mm, but yeah, that Sunday something terrible happened. My sister did something terrible, and I was crying and I was a mess, but I kept thinking he's worth it. He's worth it. He puts a smile on my face, and there's no other person that I wanna wake up to. I I remember that, like, because I would have made French toast for breakfast, but yeah, there's this one Hawaiian company that makes their French toast mix, and then they have like guava and different beautiful like fruit flavored like maple syrups. And so I wanted to, because part of me is I didn't know if he was gonna be with his kids for breakfast or dinner, so I was gonna do both, so that okay, if he can't have dinner with us, I'll pack a couple sandwiches for breakfast, like while he eats breakfast, so we could take with him. But then if he can only come for the dinner part, then I'll package up a couple of the French toast so that he could take with him. So yeah, that's why today's such a tough day, because and some people are like, you could have still made the breakfast. I still, like, yes, I have plenty of eggs in the refrigerator right now, but I'll make, like, since diabetes and everything like that, like, my dad can only handle so much. So that's another reason I'm like, you know what? I want to make sure he can enjoy as much of dinner as possible. So let me just save that for the next week or two. But when I put my heart into someone, I loved him so much. If you ever, oh, I guess I was so upset and in so much pain. I wasn't able to cry before. So I guess I know what I'm gonna do after I'm done with this episode. So if you ever feel like you found the love of your life, or love that you never want to let go and you cherish so much, just do everything and anything you can, because I still don't know. He let me go so quickly and easily. So make sure you communicate. If you even think that they're doubting you, if you think that they're breaking up with you, ask. And I know it's gonna hurt. Like, I know that's kind of nerve wracking, and I know they might be like, what are you talking about? Maybe I'm giving terrible advice, but look at what happened to me. I thought everything was going great. I thought I met the love of, like, I did. I thought I met the love of my life. He is, he's absolutely amazing. But I guess he's gonna be amazing for someone else, and that hurts. I keep wondering, what did I do wrong? But it doesn't matter what I did wrong. He doesn't want me. And I am never going to beg for a man to want me or keep me. He wants me to just get over it, and in 2 weeks or in a couple weeks or whatever, he just wants to be my friend. Do you know how much that hurts? It's like, first they want to be a couple, or they want to be your boyfriend, and then 6 months later, oh, sorry, I realize you're not good enough, but I want to be your friend though. What? Do you know how heartbreaking that is? So, follow your heart. Communicate with your heart and your mind. Don't stop working on you, though. Don't stop working on your goals, your dreams. This is your life. So, thank you so much for listening to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman. I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human, and you're human too.